Hey BookTube, this is Friday Reads.
I got my ticket for the long way round.
This weekend, it should be interesting because it's freezing cold outside, so I will probably be inside with many mugs of hot things, hot drinks. The thing about it being freezing is that all I want to do is sit around and eat, just out of boredom, and drink sweet hot things. So I need to get in the pool. Yeah, it's hard to do that when you have no motivation to go outside in below zero weather and function. Anyway, okay, on audio I am listening to Black Ice. This is by Becca Fitzpatrick, and I started this a while ago. I'm about halfway through. I'm exactly halfway through it. And I kind of put it aside because I don't know, I got bored. I wanted to listen to it because Jenna Lamia narrates it, and I absolutely love her. Yeah, there's me using the word absolutely again, but I really like her voice. And it's a fairly engaging story about a girl who she's in high school, and she goes on a spring break trip with a friend of hers, a couple of friends of hers actually, to a kind of like a house up in the mountains. These friends are very wealthy, and they have this kind of retreat up in the mountains, and they're on their way there, run into a snowstorm. She's with her best girlfriend. They decide to get out of the truck they're in because they know they can't make it to where they're going to go because of the storm and the tires and the slick, whatever. So they walk, and they find a cabin, and they run into a couple of guys who are not the most savory of characters, and their motives are questionable, and it ends up that these two guys take the girls hostage, and so it's the story of how they get away from these guys. Are they going to survive? Are they going to get shot or kidnapped or, worse? How are they going to get out of that? So halfway through, interesting stuff. I'll have to let you know how it goes. So hoping to finish that this weekend. Still working on The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. I'm still not any further through this than I was the last time I showed you what I was reading. I think it was last Friday, but okay, I'll get to it. It's not like it's a big deal. And I have been sitting down and reading on my iPad more than on my print book, so that's why. And then on my iPad, I am reading Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I started this on audio, and it was okay. The narrator is Irish, which is fine, but his voice is a lot deeper than I think the character's voice would be. The character is only like 16 maybe, or 17, and this guy sounds like a 45-year-old man. So it's just not clicking with me, and sometimes that's true of a narrator. They won't, for some reason, something they're doing or the way they sound is in conflict with what is going on in your brain with what's happening in the story or the way that the characters are described, and you get to know them, and anyway, there's a disconnect there. So I am reading it on my iPad. It's much better. It flows a lot more easily. This particular book is much more suited to that for me. So reading that, and I am about 30% through. So that's a conceivable thing to finish this weekend. I've been blowing through books on my iPad, which I find kind of odd since I listen to everything. But anyway, that's my weekend. What are you reading this weekend? I would love to know, so leave me a comment and tell me. Let's talk about it. Have you read any of these books? Love to know your thoughts, especially on Black Ice. It's not really my normal kind of a story that I will read. So if you've read it, I would love to know what you thought of it. And that's it for now for me. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and have a great weekend.
When I'm gone, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my walk. You're gonna miss me by my talk. Oh, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone.